change what I'm setting this phone up on. Yeah, it'll do. Nope. No. Perfect. Now we just wait for people to file in. God, this beard is long as hell. What is it with me and always procrastinating on haircuts? God damn. Let's check out these colored filters. Find a good one. Not bad. Ooh, vibey. Hello there, sinister rites of Zano Humira. Hello, Magma Pie. Did you mean to write Magma Pie? Vagina's always here. Hello there, emoji name. Happy birthday, Vagina. Let's see what the other filters have to offer me. Done. Ooh, no. Don't make me pink. Bubbles. Hello, Patchwork. I'm gonna use this. Fuck it. What's up, Jerry? The wizard beard is getting nice and long. Thank you, Sinister Rights. Hello, Tella North said happy birthday to Vagina. Hello there. What's your name? Mockin' Witch. Ebolite writes rub-a-dub-dub. I hope this isn't the weirdest filter they have. Ooh, dance party. Yes. We're getting funky in here. We're making it funky. Jose is hanging out with Lilith, giving her an offering in the new moon. Be back later. I'm not sure if I'll still be live, but if you're still there. Blaze also says happy birthday to Vagina. The fact that Vagina isn't the weirdest username among my supporters is unfortunate. I've seen some weird ones from my TikTok followers. Hello, Hell. Hell Orionics. It's a cool name. We're getting funky in here. Man, if I could have used Snapchat filters, no, the Instagram video chat filters are where it's at. Because you can, like, do all kinds of shit. I like to throw on weird filters during, like, Facebook and Instagram video chats when the person I'm chatting with isn't looking, just to freak them out when they look back. That shit's fun. Ooh, I like this. This is nice. I'm keeping this. Hey, Mellow Sloth. VK wrote a rap song. Would you read my bars and give me your opinion? Sure. Please write an article about Zemzara, maybe one day. Like, I'm not ready to, like, release much about them. Like, I work with them, but in your free time, can you check DMs for the purchase of path reading? Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on the clients waiting to hire me. Responded to a few people last night. One day, Zor, one day. Mad Mapai says the path reading is worth it. Thank you, Mad Mapai. I've got a lot of good feedback on it. The people who are the most fun to do like path readings for are the ones who are already convinced that they're a walk-in and don't tell me that they believe that, and then I sense it and they're like, yo, I knew it. I remember when I told one dude he was a walk-in, he was like, yo, that means everything that happened in 2019 was real. Melosloth noticed that he gets pretty good results with manifesting when he works with Clawneck. It's an interesting experience. A walk-in. A walk-in is someone who has switched souls. So basically, two souls will make a deal where they will both incarnate in part of the same life. So a walk-in will be born with one soul, and once that soul's gained all it needed to, the soul switches out with the other soul that agreed to share the incarnation. That allows both souls to gain what they're meant to gain. Hello, Carmisi. Thank you for loving my content. I have a decent handful of ritual services to carry out, but today all my rites I'm doing it for myself. Gotta be selfish today, man. Would I ever consider doing more music stuff like I did with Pavle is Dead or Cinnamon Raw? No. The reason I stopped doing that is because I am not a musician. I did sort of popularize, like, the three of us did not invent ritual music. We were not the first to make it. But when we started making some, we kind of popularized the concept, and a shitload of other people started making ritual music. Pavle is Dead already found someone new to collab with. I don't know whether or not they're still working together, but that happened. And then, you know, we also inspired the Temple of Meijurai to make its own ritual music, and they've told me that that was the inspiration for that. The reason I backed out is because I'm not a musician, so I am not a necessary component for ritual music. All I'm doing is like chanting and like recording my voice and sending that to an actual musician to do something with. I'm not a necessary part of the process. I'm glad I did it, you know. A lot of people are glad I did it, but I think I'm done for now. The EAGM and the Nightmare Brothers dropping some good tracks lately. Yeah, their stuff's good. There's a lot of good ritual music out there nowadays, and that's a good thing to see. I'd be interested in taking a poll. Like, you know, there are a few people who make like enchanting videos. Like, they'll have some music and they'll chant demonic in over and over again. I'm curious to see people who have used both the in videos and my ritual music videos, my ritual music tracks. I mean, to see how my tracks compare to the in chanting videos. Sometimes I'll play like one of my songs and an enchanting video at the same time. It sounds chaotic as hell, but it's great. What's up, VK? How's it hanging? I'm doing good. So I finally finished initiating through the Abyss. I'm gonna have to make a video about the Abyss later on, once I've had, because like I recently got out of the Abyss again, and I'll be wanting more time to reflect on everything before I speak on it. But reinitiating through Doth was definitely a good choice. When I first did it, I made a couple crucial realizations. I had some changes to my social life that were unrelated to those realizations, and I thought that was it, right? I thought I had just finished Doth the second time. But then I started getting all these numerological synchronicities that I was still in it. The reinitiation wasn't over. So I approached my higher self and said, yo, if this Abyss thing is still going on, what do I do to conclude it? He's like, well, two things. The first is you need to invoke the man with the hat to bring out, confront, and process some more of your trauma. The second thing you need to do will be shown to you by the man with the hat as well. The second thing I needed to do was amicably resign from the Temple of Meijurai. I sent my resignation letter last night. Fortunately, the man who leads the temple was friends with me before I joined, is going to continue to be friends with me now that I'm gone. I can say the same for the man who mentored me and a handful of other people I met while in the temple. There are some people that there's only like a couple people that I actually am completely cutting contact with. And there's a handful of people who I don't know whether or not are going to try and remain part of my life. Like, I don't know whether they were talking to me for me or whether they were talking to me because I was a fellow temple member. That'll be interesting to find out. I don't think anyone's going to be mad at me for departing. A few were sad to see me go, but either way, last couple months, the Mejurian patron and patroness I have started saying to me every once in a while, they kept saying to me, like, you're going to find out why we told you to join the temple soon. You're going to find out why we told you to join the temple soon. I'm like, I wonder why. Because they didn't have me join for the reason I thought they did. The reason is definitely not to expose them on social media. I don't really have really much to expose anybody for. I know a lot of people will be hoping to see me do that now that I've left. I'm gonna sit around and wait for like the awkward messages from people who hate the Cabal, like, if you need anyone to talk to who definitely doesn't have ulterior motives, I'll be here. Fuck off. Let me catch up on these questions. The black flame is a component of the soul. Have I released a ritual about the Transcopothic Labyrinth in public? No, I have not. Anybody worked with the spirits from Somnus Dreadwood's Book of Necromancy? If you mean Charnel Whispers, I've worked with a lot of them. I worked with one of them tonight. 2 of them tonight. They're fucking fabulous. Hello, Svenfod. Congratulations on catching alive for once. I don't know what the Saturnian connect. I don't know what any Saturnian connection to the Abyss is. I've never charted one. I know the number 666 is connected both to Saturn and the Abyss and the Sun, but yes, Sinister Eyes, I did leave the temple amicably, fortunately. Can listening to binaural beat music really increase spiritual power? I don't know. Am I planning on joining another organization? I don't really have a reason to join another organization. Because like, I'm not somebody who joins groups just for the sake of being in groups. I joined the temple when my higher self and the spirits told me to, and I left when the spirits told me to. You know? Welcome back, Jose. I'm glad your offering was sent safely. What's some other versatile spirits other than Satanus? Hecate, Lilith. Who else do I work with for just anything I want? I'd say Marduk. So someone asked, if joining the Cabal requires you to make a lifelong blood pact, how can you leave the temple? The answer is simple. The lifelong blood pact with the Blighted is something that anyone who practices Mejurian magic can make, right? A lot of people make the blood pact but do not join the Cabal. And then some people leave the Cabal without ending their pact with the Blighted. What you can't do is join the Cabal without making the pact. So yeah, the pact is still in play. I am still practicing Mejurian magic. I have gained very much from practicing Mejurian magic, and will not be forsaking what I've learned. Some of the spells I was taught in there, I'll be using for the rest of my life, probably. I learned some dope-ass spells and all-around magical knowledge in there. That was definitely very beneficial. I'm gonna plug in my charger, the battery's low. There we go. We'll be doing the video here. Not the most aesthetic position, but battery's low. Jerry is ready to devote his soul to the couch. Be careful. The current of the couch is not for the faint of heart. Heed the wisdom of Mellow Sloth 29, an adept priest of the couch current. Mellow Sloth 29 was taught the mysteries of the couch current alongside me by the couch master Miyagi Ikea. How am I doing? Alejandro asked how I was doing. I'm doing pretty good. Slacktivate the couch. Can you worship Sanitas before you invoke him? Sure, yeah. I mean, don't call to him at all unless you know you're ready to work with him, but, you know, praising him when you summon him is fine. Do I still think Quilitu is the most dangerous I've worked with? No. I think Arimonic and Meozurian entities are more dangerous than Clefothic ones in general. Not to mention the Forbidden 13. Couch is the top of the food chain. Man eats all animals. Couch eats man. Melosloth 29 directly quotes Miyagi Ikea, stating, "It's a lifelong dedication if you truly want to embrace the couch." He says these words while on the couch. Have I ever worked with Ares? A little bit. I worked with him and his children. Who are the Forbidden 13? That's a pantheon of trans-Clefothic deities. Telenorth is currently not taking any weed until January 15th for the purpose of a magical promise. Have I ever done anything like that? Not really. There was one time when I took a break from alcohol for a couple months because that's what I was guided to do. Is Jackal one of the Forbidden 13? No. Jackal is an incubus. Do I have any insights into the Grigori or Watcher Angels? What they're like to work with? Not much different from working with demons. However, most Watchers are not Clefothic, so don't create your sacred space to summon them with Clefothic energy. Weed puts Melosloth in a weird place, and shrooms just make him paranoid. Don Poco says it's nice to hear from me again, and he hopes I'm doing well. I am doing well. Samyaza is so nice. Well, yes, he is a foundational component of human consciousness. We are all Samyaza, and he is all of us. Jose is going through Gamali Elim. It's been amazing and terrifying, but the dreams he's getting are so intense. Yeah. Melosloth 29 would love to see more Nightmare Angels in the future. Now I should probably release more notices on them. Currently working the next installment of Satanic Gnosis of various fiends. Oh, if anyone didn't know this, Augustus Grigori is officially back on YouTube under that name. Is it best to summon spirits while high or sober? That depends. Like a little LSD or alcohol or weed can help. A little bit of amphetamines can help too, just because amphetamines intensify everything. But if you're like on a full-fledged bender, that'll make you more vulnerable to like parasites and imposters and spiritual attacks. I can't really teach you Arimonic magic, so I don't know how to answer that, Telenorth. Well, Sinister writes, it seems that you must approach your higher self and ask what else you need to work with. Holy Devil, Azazel is a good demon to work with to get a job. Hello, Fintum. What could happen if you mixed initiations through multiple spiritual currents from multiple pantheons? Say Cliffoth and Muspelheim. I don't know. Is Astaroth connected to Aphrodite Venus? Keeping in mind their connection to Astarte? I don't know of any connections between Astaroth and Aphrodite. Hello, Void Sage. Yeah. Reinitiating through the abyss always brings a fucking social reset. Last time I did the abyss, I left a mentor. This time I left a temple. I left the mentor on bad terms and the temple was on good ones. Nice change there. Moloch gave me a gift after I completed the Gothic initiation. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that gift. Fintum says that my rights for the Cliff Off were amazing. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed them. That reminds me, I need to fucking re-release Grimoire of a Grimoire of Veil Workings. What is taking me so long? Why am I like this? Patchwork says alcohol increases his psychic abilities. No idea why. I mean, it breaks down. I mean, it decreases inhibitions and it decreases the psychic filter as well. Do I have any resources available on my website in regards to Genic magic? Just the rites of Shaitanic Initiation PDF. I have a couple books about Shaitanic magic on my bookshelf that I haven't cracked open yet. Thus far, none of the books that I've read about working with Jinn and Shaitan have been worth recommending to anybody. You know? Where have I been? Oh, I was helping someone move. And doing other shit like that. Trying to catch up on work. That sounds like an awesome dream, T-Man. It sounds like a good sign. What way do I enchant my jewelry? Usually by working with a spirit. You can basically hold like a necklace or a ring over some burning incense. The incense will be an offering to whichever spirit you're calling on. You state the nature of the enchantment or enchantments that you want to be on the ring or necklace. And then you just chant some chant calling on that spirit or just vibrate their name. You can do make a whole ritual out of it. I've done that. Sister Wright says Aztec spirits are completely foreign to anything he'd ever previously worked with. He can say that they're very different. They're way more in your face, more so than demonic. Overpowering presence and dangerous for sure, but pays off. You're very welcome, Jordana H. Can you enchant an object with the intent of making it a powerful object? I don't really understand what you mean by that. Some of my jewelry is enchanted to strengthen any ritual I do. Some are enchanted to help me tap into my psychic senses. Like there are certain like rings and necklaces I like to have on when I do my path readings and shit. I've got various pieces of jewelry that are enchanted to strengthen workings with specific pantheons and currents, you know? Glad to hear it, Jose. I'm glad you like my chakra opening chants. I've spoken to Quetzalcoatl a couple times. He's only ever appeared to me to tell me to curse a specific person and tell me to spare another specific person. He just comes in, says that shit, and dips. It's only happened twice. The first time he came in, he's like, I want you to do this to that person. I'm like, well, how the fuck does someone do that? I didn't know that was a thing. He's like, well, you call these spirits. In Sinister Rites Gnosis, the Aztec deities are sort of divorced from the traditional view of the Greek elements. They don't particularly understand the concept of elemental magic. His work with the Aztec and current primarily revolved around Black Tezcatlipoca. Paimonia asked how to escape his nihilism. I guess that's more of a gradual result of alchemy. I escaped mine through the Cliffothic sphere workings. What are the spirits of Muspelheim like? I'd need my notes to talk properly about them. Do I get spirits wanting me to curse certain people often or rarely? It's really just... It is fairly rare for me to get asked to curse someone. One moment. I'll tell you one thing, incense is a good way to hide the smell of cigarette smoke. Sinister Rights had something interesting to say. Sinister Rights approached the Black Tezcatlipoca through an LHP lens and assumed that the spirit was misunderstood in his own mythologies. This was incorrect. The Aztec people knew damn well who he is, definitely as intense as the myth. How do you get rid of parasitic entities that leech onto my girlfriend but not me? They've been messing with her sleep, which is weird because I'm the one doing the magic. I would recommend, a Saturnian banishing. Just calling the planetary energy of Saturn to banish anything like that. Hey, Matthew. Jose said that his experience with most of the Cliff-Oth, his experience with the Cliff-Oth is a bit different than most. Nehema and Lilith both told him to pass the tunnel of Dantifaxath to get through Gamaliel, and it was an experience. Hell yeah. Thoughts on influencing politics with magic seems risky? Yeah, it is risky. Most people who try that are just filled with hubris and incapable of doing what they're trying to do. Dark Star has said that working with Lucifuge has been very beneficial to help sever ties to Christianity and their conditioning. Yeah, he's also good for, concealing your work from the emissaries of Jehovah and banishing the said entities. Even with magic, life still feels meaningless at times. I mean, that feeling's gonna come and go. Sinister Rights says that Black Tezcatlipoca revealed to me a lost initiatory system through the Aztec and 13 Heavens. Definitely something worth looking into. That sounds fucking awesome. Also, sage smells like weed. Yo, one time I burned dragon's blood, and not at this apartment complex, at my last apartment complex, I burned dragon's blood, and someone came to my door, knocking, thinking that it was weed and trying to buy some. That shit was funny as fuck. Hello, Ray F. Are Yahweh's emissaries really that bad, though? Yeah, they're pretty shitty. At least if you're a Satanist or an Infernal practitioner. You want to keep those away. If I could only practice vampirism or necromancy, which would I choose? Vampirism. I use vampirism way more than I use necromancy. Well, I do practice a decent amount of ancestral magic. It's interesting how people don't consider ancestor work to be necromancy. Same thing, pal. One's just safer. um, I have not heard of Dogman. Sorry to let you down, Ebolite. Dogman. Hell yeah, Jose. Happy Diwali. I don't know what that is. See any good shows lately? Um, I've been watching Fear the Walking Dead. I recently started watching Cobra Kai and got all caught up on it. My parents like the show. So Cobra Kai is a spin-off of The Karate Kid, um, where the two people who fought at the finals in Karate Kid are now adults and they start their own dojos and they have a huge dojo rivalry. They teach high schoolers martial arts. So a lot of what takes place is like just like any other high school drama with like friend groups having problems, boyfriends and girlfriends, prom, all that stuff. Except all of them know karate and they're just beating the shit out of each other constantly. It's amazing. It's such a good show. And one season finale, so all the karate students all go to the same school. In one season finale, like the two JoJos break into like an all-out war in the middle of like the school hallways, beating the shit out of everybody. Like that shit was so fucking funny. The teachers and security are trying to intervene and they're just getting karate flipped and shit. Shit was fucking awesome. There's a new supernatural show. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start watching that once a few more episodes are out. I recently tried out Rick and Morty. I haven't decided whether I like it or I hate it. I had to check it out after like I saw so many good TikTok audios come from it. Blade and Cloak says he likes my rights in the Abaddon Compendium. Glad to hear it, man. Yeah, Jose is now going to watch Cobra Kai. It's on Netflix. Which spirit would I recommend for someone who works as a sex worker? You've heard some people mention Duke Salos can, but is that true? I was thinking Lilith. Lilith, yes. Nehema, Isis Inunim, and Agareth, aka Agrippa, a lot are all good. Ashira, obviously good. I've heard Sea Tree can be helpful. Ray suggests the demon Zipar. Not a bad choice. Marvel is all about pagan gods now? Yeah. I'm not sure refinement of the Black Diamond. I'd probably just try to use my claircognizance to sense which entity or entities I should use on the specific person. I don't really go for sickness much. It's not that great for me. I did give someone COVID once, but, fuck it. Nehema is just another name for Neymar. Matthew says Dahmer is really good. Yo, part of me wants to not watch Dahmer because it was the family of the victims that it was re-traumatizing for them. It is gross the way that some people are capitalizing on the conversation about Dahmer being topical to like market their services and their astrology and shit, despite knowing that the family is being re-traumatized. But part of me still wants to watch it because it's Evan Peters as a serial killer. Do I do the selfish thing? Do I do the just thing? Fuck, man. I'm gonna just focus on Fear the Walking Dead for now. Evan Peters is a phenomenal actor. How do you develop your clairs besides chakra meditation? Divination will always help develop your clairs. Meditation journeys are very good. Stuff like that. Evan being a serial killer for the 4th time. Yeah, dude, he's getting typecast. Ross likes Evan Peters' American Horror Story roles even better. Yeah, he's always doing great shit in American Horror Story, except Coven. I liked that season, but I was disappointed that they took Evan in the direction they took him. Like, that's not what I wanted to see from Evan. But Cobra Kai never dies. Damn right. Cobra Kai is such a good show. Is there a filter on your camera? Or are you seeing shit? You're seeing shit. There's no filter. I'm kidding. I am using a filter. Hey, Luna Deuce, this isn't a filter either. Have I ever ingested Datura? No. Don't look into the light. Evan Peters is really good as a Quicksilver in X-Men, too. Hello, Solora. Again, Luna Deuce, this is not a filter. You're seeing shit. Marvel is getting Mephisto. Oh, shit. What do I think about DMT for gnosis purposes? I've heard good things, but I've never gotten to try DMT. Melosloth29 says the drugs are kicking in. Good. Did I get Ethan Kaiser? He's been missing from TikTok for about 2 weeks now. Nah, I didn't waste any time on him. Most people who want to test out, want to like be cursed to prove it isn't real, clearly haven't researched curse work. Have I worked with the Tiamat of the Grimoire of Tiamat by Osnoth Mason? No, I have not. What do aliens do with demons? Not much. Couch Lord. Sven Fott says that aliens probe demons. No, aliens probe us and demons probe aliens. Have fun, Sinister writes. What am I doing for Sowen? I will not answer that. T-Man says, hail to the couch. Yes. What happens to the souls of people who die by curses? Yeah, it varies a lot. Some curses can actually damn someone's soul to a given torture plane. Sinister Right says, good night from rural southern Utah. 30 miles. I'm not going to say that. Good night, sir. Is it possible to stimulate the pineal gland to produce DMT through breath work? Oh no. Jose says it's possible to stimulate the pineal gland to produce DMT through breath work, but it's kind of difficult. I'd imagine so. That sounds hard. Do I have story times of beefing with Jehovah followers? Not really. Have you ever summoned a demon through a mirror? I've never summoned a demon through a mirror, but I have communed with demons through a mirror and other surfaces. Mud Bapai wants to be a poltergeist when he dies and start breaking his neighbor's shit. I support this. Choose violence. Choose chaos. Bruh. Type of bullshit. Are there any crystals that are sinister by nature? I would say no. I would say that they can all be used for baneful work. Maybe not all, but a lot of them can be used for baneful work. And people look more at the non-baneful aspects of them. Is there a way to check if you have karmic debt, or is that not a thing? To my understanding, karma generally decides how you reincarnate, and that's about it. What's the most cringe thing you've had to deal with this month so far? This month. Huh. Um, Someone tried to cancel me for cultural appropriation on TikTok, but she fucked up and she got my spiritual worldviews confused with that of a random woman of color. She tried to cancel me for a random person of color's spiritual views that I do not hold or agree with. Literally calling me out for racism and cultural appropriation, but confusing me with a person of color in the process. That shit was ridiculous. What's the funniest experience I've had with blasphemy? All right, so there was this one medium I used to work with locally who had a really strong Christian upbringing and hadn't made much progress in overcoming the brainwashing. So like the spirit possessing him would often have to blaspheme. So I was speaking to the spirit through the medium, the spirit was fully possessing the medium. So the spirit's like, I was asking the spirit like, hey, what should I be offering to ghosts and the dead? He's like, something from their time, maybe a CD of a musician from their time, something like that. I said, is honey a good offering for the dead? He said, not unless you're summoning Pooh Bear. And then he goes, rumbly in my tummy, fuck Christ. Because he would just say, fuck Christ, at random to like push through that medium's indoctrination. He would just say that at random points in conversation. So dude straight up goes, not unless you're summoning Pooh Bear. Rumbly in my tummy, fuck Christ. So I bust out laughing. And he's like staring at me confused. He's like, and then he gets it and starts laughing too. He's like, okay, I'm starting to understand human humor. Like a tick? Yes, like a tick. What would it take to change your looks? A lot. Changing your looks, like literally physically changing your body, is one thing, but keeping it changed is really hard. Changing it in the first place is really difficult. I've pulled that off like very few times ever. Um, and I was not able to maintain any of the changes. Mellow Sloth still has trouble getting possessed. Well, hey, the 30-day invocation of Mammon that Joshua Savage and I released can help a lot with that. I'll tell you that much. My filter looks like a one-man disco. You don't need anyone to boogie. You're goddamn right. I'm a party on my own. You're welcome, Custer the Dragon. I don't know what you thanked me for, but... Mellow Sloth 29 will try that out. Hell yeah. Do I think an undead can hit harder than a death deity? Like his necromantic work, the apex of spiritual warfare? Not necessarily. I guess it depends more on the potency of the working itself and the spirit called on. Because you're curious how are the witch talk wars going? There's one dumbass hoe who just keeps making hate videos about me and my friends and shit. The Hindu haters, I haven't seen any new content from them about me, but I haven't really checked. They're comparatively boring compared to what they used to be. I don't have any recommendations for spirits to change looks. Oh, except the Goetic demon Phoenix. What do you mean karma dictates the way to reincarnate? That's the original Hindu view of karma. the shit about the universe punishing you in this life for shit you do in this life is more of a modern reinterpretation. Do you know where you can? Do I know where you can learn more about sex, Salim? Um, the Black Witch by B. Petrocelli is a good book for that. I have an article on them. Those are my two recommendations. Do I watch Sam and Colby? I don't think I've heard of that. Do I have any e-grimoires for sale? Almost all of my e-grimoires have been re-released on Patreon in the $9 tier, so you can just sign up for the tier and download them all. I don't really use astrology and magic much, other than working with the forces of the infernal zodiac, the Klepothic armies. Sam and Colby are two paranormal investigators on YouTube. Oh, I don't really watch Sam and Colby. I don't really create servitors, but there are some spirits that I have authority over that I call on once in a while. Do I see plant spirits as synonymous with local spirits? Not really, no. Best weed strain for meditation? I have no idea. Keep in mind, I almost never smoke weed. Is Jehovah formless? He has many aspects that take a variety of forms. Skywalker OG. I ever thought about uploading my TikToks as YouTube shorts? That would clutter up my channel to hell and back. Do I have any tips on visualization for someone who's extremely bad at it? My only tip is practice. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Salora. Mellow Sloth is high on life. What's the best part of anti-cosmic philosophy? I mean, I'm not into anti-cosmic philosophy. I've learned some stuff about various spirits from them, and that's been good. All the chants and sigils and rites that I've used from them have been good, but I'm not into the philosophy behind it. Will demons just not help with divination for making money? Like stocks and crypto divination? I don't think demons are against helping with that type of divination, but I'm not really into stocks or crypto. My battery's getting low again, so I'm going to go ahead and dip. Thank you all for spending time with me. Have a great night and enjoy your immortality.